Dear participants, let me introduce the topic of the research, Ensuring Sustainable Development through Digital Educational Hub for Civic Education. Our research highlights the experience of implementing digital hubs to support civic education to ensure sustainable development. Our research questions are the role of the digital hub as a modern tool of the educational environment, how digital education hubs support civic education at school, how teachers can use resources, how teachers in Ukraine and other countries use digital tools for teaching civic education, the importance of the professional development of teachers. The Digital Educational Hub is an online learning platform that provides students and teachers with electronic resources, educational materials, and tools to enhance their knowledge and develop their competencies. This platform creates an environment that promotes professional development and the implementation of innovative practices. We investigated the experience of using educational hubs supporting civic education at schools in Ukraine and European countries. The International Communication Union and the United Nations Development Programme adopted the Sustainable Development Goals Digital Acceleration Agenda. This agenda emphasizes the powerful impact of digital technologies, both positive and negative. The digital environment is important for students as it ensures stability and access to learning and involves students in the educational process. Environmental education is a harmonious part of civic education, contributing to pedagogical and social mobilization strategies, developing scientific, civic, social, and emotional competencies, and strengthening harmonious relations between children and youth in society for sustainable development. Active citizens must have political and civic foresight to contribute effectively towards building a sustainable society in harmony with nature. The best educational experience of using digital educational hubs for the implementation of civic education is important and can be applied to the further development of digital education. The hub should provide organizational and pedagogical conditions. It is organized to support learning, the development of ideas, and the exchange of experiences, creating connections with people and their associations. This contributes to the creation of innovations and the implementation in education, project activities, professional and personal self-development, and self-improvement. The hub brings together all participants in the educational process, including different subjects. It offers tools for creating and using educational materials on smart boards, tablets, in the form of topic-based calendars, or on its free digital platform. Members of the hub can create their own digital calendars, share experiences, and utilize resources from other hubs. The digital calendars cover a wide range of subjects such as history, geography, languages, media literacy, biology, technology, and civic education. Civic education is implemented in different European countries. Here, this is an example of Netherlands and Belgium. For example, the topics Netherlands memories dedicated to the events to the Second World War. The cities of Netherlands are depicted in the calendars. Digital calendars can be used by students and teachers. These calendars contain interesting facts related to a certain city of the Netherlands or Belgium, have photo thematic blocks that can be discussed by students. The creation and deployment of educational hubs is also inherent in Ukrainian education. This is associated with the impact of the educational environment of such factors as the rapid development and penetration of digital technologies into educational process, the need to switch to remote forms of education during the COVID-19 pandemic, and limiting access to school infrastructure in wartime. In 2020, the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine initiated the creation of a network of digital education hubs across the country. These hubs were established in libraries and other public places and were equipped with computer and internet access. Educational institutions train teachers, carry out teacher training, and involved in the process of creating hubs. The list of the hubs you can see on this slide. I would like to stress that few educational programs focus on developing civic competence. You can see on the slide the examples of some hubs and resources dedicated to civic education. 3D Democracy, Citizens Workshop, Education Platform We Live in Democracy, and Democratic School. The result of our study is the vision, author's vision of a digital resource hubs to support civic education. Therefore, the digital resource hub of civic education may include the following resources: manuals and methodological recommendations on civic education, bank of ideas, innovations, online networks, domestic and international, which is very important, access to participation in civic educational projects, students' initiatives, portfolios of teachers and students, questionnaires, tests, monitoring tools, platforms for communication, and for exchange of experiences among colleagues, students, and parents. The author's vision of a digital resource hub to support civic education is presented in the main components: digital tools, resources, and activities that are aimed at support civic education, to create and use an infrastructure of resources for practical education activities and self-improvement. In the conclusion, I would like to stress that digital educational hubs to support civic education are a relatively new phenomenon in education, and this is related both to significant quarantine period I mentioned already, and wartime period. Turning to the issues of civic education and education for sustainable development, should be noted that Ukrainian school programs do not provide separate subjects from these topics, and civic education as a separate subject is studied for only 1 year in 10th grade. Among the recommendations we propose such positions, it is important to provide the tools of the digital educational hubs with free access for all organizations for distance learning and the opportunity to join to the educational process for all those interested. The functioning of digital educational hubs should be focused on the development of civic competence and, in the same time, a digital competence. Since a civic education is an integrated component of school curricula, it is worth paying attention to such important aspects as the continuous professional development for teachers regarding the use of digital tools for social science subjects. Equally important is the technical support of digital educational programs, a popularization these programs among parents and schools heads. The perspective of further research can be realized in the field of ensured scientific and methodological support of digital sustainable education in schools. Thank you for your attention.